have to say, any woman that can get on stage and meaningfully say that they forgive the person who their husband that quickly, you are truly a better person than me, because I've just been so angry and so angry. What sort of widow wouldn't want people to investigate the assassination of their husband? She has not explicitly said that, but the influencers are invoking that.
Candace Owens' expose dropped, Erika Kirk's face reportedly turned red with shock. This time, Candace didn't hold back. She went straight for the kill. She released what she claims are phone records from Michael McCoy's device, along with clips of Erika's own past statements given after Charlie's death, suggesting an alleged affair between the two. As Candace pieced everything together, Charlie's tragic death no longer looked like a simple accident. It started to resemble something far more calculated. And now the question tearing through the internet is this: was Charlie's death truly an accident, or was it the result of betrayal from within his own inner circle?
His quote-unquote closest friends, his closest political allies, the White House, they all seemed kind of ready to move on so much faster than I was.
Bought the idea that Charlie was killed by some random lone attacker. From the very beginning, she said something felt off, and her attention has been fixed on Erika Kirk ever since. Her suspicions went into overdrive after Erika's emotional TV tribute went viral. Instead of appearing devastated, Erika kept smiling through her grief. And when she mentioned Michael McCoy, her whole demeanor shifted. She called him Mikey, praised him as amazing, and for a split second, lit up like she'd forgotten she was supposed to be mourning. That's when Candace's unease turned into certainty. The betrayal came from inside Charlie's circle. Then, just as the public was processing that, the full CCTV footage of the attack surfaced and made everything even worse. In the Utah Valley University clip, Charlie is delivering his speech with Michael McCoy just a few feet away, backpack on, phone in hand, typing quickly. Sure, he's the chief of staff, he could have been handling logistics. But the moment the gunshot rings out, chaos explodes. People scream, dive, rush toward Charlie. Everyone except Michael. As soon as the shot is fired, McCoy takes off. He doesn't check on Charlie. He doesn't look around to see what happened. He just turns and runs to the back, phone in hand. And that's the moment many people stopped seeing this as coincidence and started seeing a pattern. At first, the details seemed small, easy to overlook. But once the leaked footage hit the internet, everything exploded. People began asking the same questions. Why didn't Michael help? Who was he calling? It didn't take long for the answer to point in one direction: Erika. In a later interview with the New York Times, Erika explained how she learned Charlie had been shot. She said she was sitting in her mother's hospital room in Phoenix when she received a frantic call from Michael McCoy, yelling, "He's been shot." According to the article, that call came at 11:23 a.m. Phoenix time. Charlie was attacked at 12:23 p.m. in Utah, meaning, if the timestamps are accurate, the only person Michael could have been calling at that exact moment was Erika. And that detail changes everything. There's no logical reason Michael McCoy would watch Charlie get shot, ignore him, make no attempt to help, and then immediately call Charlie's wife, who's hundreds of miles away, unless that call wasn't for comfort. It starts looking more like a signal, a confirmation, the deed is done message. Almost as if Michael already knew exactly when Charlie was going to be taken out. When Candace Owens launched her one-woman mission to expose what really happened, people mocked her, called her crazy, delusional, a conspiracy theorist. But once the footage surfaced, everything she'd been saying suddenly clicked. The public realized they'd been blinded by emotion, sympathy, and media noise. Candace wasn't guessing, she was warning. And then things got even darker. Candace has long insisted Charlie's death had the fingerprints of higher-ups all over it. that Tyler Robinson, the alleged suitor, was just a pawn in a much larger game. Think about it. How did Robinson know the exact layout of the venue? The angle, the timing, the best escape route? That isn't random. That's insider information. Even Joe Rogan raised questions about one of the most crucial pieces of evidence, the gun. Authorities claim Robinson used an old German rifle passed down from his grandfather, supposedly from World War II. But Rogan pointed out a glaring issue. The weapon shown in the photos doesn't match that story. Its function, its form, the way it fired, it all looked far too modern to be some antique war relic.
The narrative is that this is his grandfather's rifle from World War I and doesn't have a serial code. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Why? Wait.
That's when the spotlight swung back to Erika. On the surface, she looked like the perfect, traditional, grieving widow, faith influencer, beauty queen, homemaker. But the moment people started digging, that polished image cracked fast. From her Miss Arizona USA title under Trump's pageant franchise to her well-connected political family, it became clear Erika had deeper ambitions than she ever showed on camera. And compared to Charlie, who was more of a public figure than a power player, she had the pedigree, the network, and the drive. That's when the whispers started. Was Charlie just a stepping stone? But the real red flag wasn't her background. It was her behavior after the attack. While Candace Owens was fighting for answers, Erika was posting polished aesthetics and soft forgiveness quotes. And that's when Candace stopped being subtle. She went full force. Anyone who knows Candace knows she doesn't sugarcoat. The day she connected all the dots, she went live, unscripted, unfiltered, and she torched Erika Kirk. She didn't just question Erika's grief, she questioned her silence. Why wasn't Erika demanding answers? Why was she forgiving the killer before they even confirmed who the killer actually was? And why did every tribute sound rehearsed like PR instead of raw emotion? Candace didn't stop there. She pulled TPUSA directly into the line of fire, the very organization Charlie helped build. She accused them of protecting Erika and Michael McCoy, shielding them from scrutiny, and burying inconvenient details. Her anger was unmistakable. You could see it in her eyes. This wasn't commentary anymore.
I want to say that what's been bothering me in particular are the micro lies. It seems that they're suddenly in the business of telling micro lies, tiny little misrepresentations, tiny little half-truths that right out of the gate seems altogether unnecessary. It really makes me wonder, who are they protecting exactly? You'll see oftentimes they and other influencers will invoke Erika as the reason that it's not appropriate to ask questions. It's just not appropriate while Erika is still mourning for you guys to ask any questions. And I'm just going to come back at you with some common sense. What sort of widow wouldn't want people to investigate the assassination of their husband? She has not explicitly said that, but the influencers are invoking that, right? They're invoking it's not appropriate right now for people to be asking questions. That's what I mean when I say they are David hogging us, okay?
Live stream finally ended. The internet split in two. Some argued Candace had crossed a line, but most agreed someone had to say what everyone else was too afraid to. The comments poured in, and one line from Candace echoed louder than all the rest. Why aren't more of Charlie's own friends demanding the truth? Then came a comment that Candace herself liked, posted by a woman who said she had buried both of her children's fathers. In the first days, you're in shock, she wrote, but after a week, you're drowning in questions, desperate for answers. That's when everything clicked. The reason Erika wasn't looking for answers was simple, because she already had them. And once you stack that silence on top of the alleged affair, the entire picture shifts from sad to sinister. But telling that truth came with a price. The moment Candace spoke out, the counterattack began. It felt like a coordinated digital ambush. Erika fired back with a poetic Twitter thread about grief having no linear blueprint, adding, "I carry Charlie in every breath, in every ache, in every quiet act of trying to relearn life without him." She never mentioned Candace by name, but she didn't need to. The shade was precise. Then came the loyalty collapse. People who had praised Candace for being fearless suddenly turned on her overnight. One prominent voice even called her demented, accusing her of being disgusting for implying Erika might have had anything to do with Charlie's death. But Candace didn't flinch. If anything, the backlash only hardened her resolve. She doubled down, claiming she'd uncovered something far bigger. According to her, Charlie had been pressured by powerful investors to soften his stance on Israel. They offered him millions if he'd cooperate. He refused. And just days later, he was dead. Candace even leaked messages showing Charlie saying he felt trapped, watched, scared. When you place those messages next to the alleged affair, the bizarre phone call, and a widow who couldn't stop smiling through her grief, the story stops sounding like coincidence and starts sounding engineered. If Candace is right, Charlie wasn't just taken from the world. He was silenced, and the people closest to him may have helped make it happen. Now Erika's quiet, Michael has vanished, and Candace, she's standing alone, refusing to back down, holding the one thing everyone else seems terrified of.